saying the N
Hello,
word.
welcome to
Two
SuperMarvelSpider-Man
videos that got the channel demonetized.
and
These are
my
videos
to
that are officially
the most
These are
racist
10 of the
SML
most
videos
racist
ever.
videos SML has
Please,
ever
guys,
made. Starting with
let's
Poor
react.
Cody, which is a wild and just borderline straight up racist video. The video starts in Cody's house with Judith and Tyrone's bills being due. But Judith has already slept with every guy in town, so slinging leg unfortunately isn't an option. This leads Tyrone to the genius idea to make his own version of the Scrub Daddy, and things are about to
Because
go
it's
very wrong.
not black.
So you telling me they made a scrub cracker, a scrub Mexican, and a scrub Asian, but not a black one?
I don't think so.
Wow,
Tyrone, it's just a color, man. It doesn't matter if it's black or white. It's just a
So
color.
he goes to Steve and gets his patent approved for his product, and this is where we see his genius invention, the Scrub. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy. After 2 minutes of Tyrone gaslighting Steve into saying the N-word, he finally gets the approval for his Scrub friend. But back at the SML house, Junior, Joseph, and Cody turn on the TV to see Tyrone's abomination of a product.
Meat scrub.
Nick,
He's the perfect YN for all of your scrubbing needs. Trying to get that stubborn stain
they
off your
put
plate? Scrub.
coconut.
Old dry food on your spoon? No way. Scrub.
Scrub Nick.
Now introducing Scrub Brother.
Nick.
Apparently, you can't say the N-word on televised broadcasts.
So yeah, he changes the name to Scrub Brother, which makes it way easier to say for a lot of people. But this still isn't gonna help him from getting sued by Scrub Daddy.
And you mad, you quivering in your shoes. I bet you racist as hell. You voted for Mitt Romney. Anything to keep a black man down. Obama is the best president!
Okay, I'm just here to file a lawsuit against you.
Oh, you suing me? I know damn well you're not gonna sue me. Why? You don't own me? You don't own this product? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You own this? You own brothers? You own all black people? You own us as a...
He's not trying to see you
So
because
yeah,
of
he
your
gets
black.
sued
He's trying to see you because of
predictably,
your.
but Tyrone ended up countersuing him in court for being racist, and he got $40,000, so I guess he ended up winning in the end. That's about it. Tyrone in this
That is
video
a
was
proper
completely
abomination.
unhinged,
Didn't
but
you punch
honestly,
the
I thought it was hilarious.
other
SML
puppet?
is the
You
only
punched
channel
the
who
other
can get away
puppet,
with this
yeah.
kind of humor.
For like.
Speaking of racist, oh boy, we have to talk about Orange is the New Black. This video
Oh,
starts
I'm
with Cody saying a coffin that his parents bought him. Presumably, they think he's gonna die soon. Better to be prepared, I guess. This video's already off to a weird start, but after this, the news comes on. And this is where the video really starts taking a racist turn.
Yo, UK. Scientists are saying that gingers are reportedly black people. So you know what that means? I can say the N-word. Peace out, niggas.
And
Man
because
said
Junior's
niggas.
also a ginger, this makes him, for some reason, think that he's black too.
You
yeah,
are not
I don't know what the
punching
logic
back.
is behind
You
this
are
video.
not punching back to you.
I've been black this whole time. I've seen all the signs. I knew I
Yeah,
was different. I
you
listen
said
to
me.
rap music all the time, and I say the N-word when no one's looking.
But instead of just being an idiot, thinking he's black, and moving on
You
with
are
his
so
life,
dumb.
he decides he has to prove he's black. I'm sure you
Being
see the
an
problem
idiot.
here. So he ends up asking Chef Pee-Pee how he can be more black. And Chef Pee-Pee suggests that he should join a gang. This already hints at just how racist things are gonna get. But unfortunately, it gets even worse than this. So he ends up going up to the Bloods,
I'm
who
going to the
instantly
gang.
pull out tons of guns on him and question what he's doing on their streets.
Well, what the hell are you doing on my block?
White boy, I'm blacker than you guys.
You is dumb ass. You think you blacker than us. Alright, is there any last words before I make crackers all over this street?
Hey, do it, pork chop. Wait, is it?
Do it, pork chop!
Yeah, do it, pork chop, you p***.
Wow. I ain't think he was gonna say that shit.
Whoa.
Soon after, the Bloods realize that Junior might actually be tougher than he seems, so they decide to put him through multiple gang initiation tests. The first one being completely curb stomping him. But after doing that for 2 whole minutes, Junior passes this test, so they give him one final test to become a part of the Bloods. He is tasked with having to kill a pig, aka a cop, so they give him a Glock and send him out on his way. But this isn't without the threat that if he chickens out and doesn't kill a cop, they will find Junior and kill his entire family. So he goes back home, realizing the mistake he's made by affiliating with the Bloods. And this is where Junior starts to regret pretending to be black.
So I decided I don't want to be black anymore. I don't know how you do it, Joseph.
I don't do the shit you're doing.
So because Junior has no idea what to do, he decides the best course of action is calling the cops and asking for advice, which is probably the dumbest thing you can do in this situation.
That
But
is
to
so
be
dumb.
fair, Junior probably got a concussion from getting curb stomped earlier, so I cut him some slack here to be fair. Brooklyn guy comes and Junior explains that he has to kill a cop, still initiate him,
Oh,
and
shit.
Brooklyn guy can stay alive, which is black. I'm sure you... test to become a part of the Bloods. He is tasked with having to kill a pig, aka and asking for advice, which is probably the dumbest thing you can do in this situation. But to be fair, Junior probably got a concussion from getting curb stomped earlier, so I cut him some slack here to be fair. Brooklyn guy comes and Junior explains that he has to kill a cop, and Junior says that it would just be really convenient to kill Brooklyn guy right now. Brooklyn guy, not wanting to die, suggests that he can have his family cry on the news and pretend he's dead. That way, the Bloods can still initiate him, and Brooklyn guy can stay alive, which seemed like a pretty good plan. But Brooklyn guy had something different in mind.
Breaking news! Attention all Bloods! This little kid thinks he's a Blood, but he couldn't even kill me! He wanted me to lie and say that he killed me and then have my wife and daughter cry on the news, but his had me right in front of him with a gun and a coffin and everything, but he just couldn't do it. But little bitch made it.
Oh, that's not cool.
So the Bloods come by and are about to kill Junior for not going through with killing Brooklyn guy, at which point it's revealed that Junior doesn't have his own coffin picked out, just like Cody. So Tyrone decides to spare him because no man deserves to get buried in a bad quality coffin. Yeah, Cody's parents are really weird. Junior didn't end up getting into the Bloods,
trust me, they are
but at
really
least they
weird.
didn't kill him. Maybe he should go coffin shopping for next time. This video was just straight up racist in the nature of the concept of Junior thinking he's black. But despite how messed up the concept of the video might be, I still think it's pretty funny, and most people seem to agree. I'm Ginger, and to be honest, I think it's funny to think gingers are black. Me being Ginger, I approve this message. But if you thought this video might have been racist, we're just getting started, baby, because King Joseph is where things really start to get crazy. This video starts with a Nigerian prince called Chawala Kawabe coming to
Nigeria.
Joseph, and the reason
Holy
he's here is because
sugar.
he's looking for the long-lost king of their tribe, Joseph, aka Joseph, his friend from school.
Why are you trying to say that
Conveniently
Joseph is from Nigeria?
And it turns out Joseph's grandfather, Istanbul, his friend from school, used to be the ruler of their country, Eswatini, but he died a tragic death. So now
Elephant
Joseph is
race.
in line for the throne.
Wait, Joseph's the king of Africa?
No, hell no, not Africa. Eswatini, the poorest country in Africa, duh.
Which Joseph happily accepts. And since he's king now, they take him back to Eswatini, where Joseph starts doing a lot of things as king. His first task is trying to cure a boy who was ran over by a hippopotamus. For some reason, they think he has special king healing powers, so he tries spitting on him, and obviously that doesn't work.
So what do you guys do for fun in Africa besides starve?
And since we're going on the hunt, you can stay here with our wives and impregnate.
So Joseph stays back at his throne, while Junior, Cody, and the others
I
in
was
that
spit.
Eswatini
Hold
gang
up, hold
go
up.
on to
How
hunt
is
some food
spitting
for
on
King
him,
Joseph.
Joseph, gonna
After
work?
they get back with a whole
How?
tiger, Joseph doesn't want to eat it because he wanted to eat Popeyes.
We don't have chicken and biscuits. Jamal, get in here. Here, Rob.
No chicken and biscuits
didn't win
here.
the Super Bowl.
No, Junior, they send the merchandise of the losing team to Africa so the clothes don't go to waste.
Oh, okay.
Shortly after this, they go outside and find out that the Wachuchu tribe is attacking. And the only way to stop them is if they get their parents' credit card information, the 3 numbers on the back, or if they don't have that, to go to Walgreens and get some gift cards. Wait a second, this is just a scam. But who could have been behind this?
Wait, y'all trying to scam us?
Damn, they caught on so damn fast.
Wait, Dad?
Oh yeah, Cody, it's your dad. You know we put the scam together so we can pay the bills. You know how it be.
Damn it, Tyrone, I can't believe they figured it out. Wait, Mom?
Yeah,
Holy fuck!
I'm not gonna lie,
Jesus,
that has to be one of the
Blackface.
most out-of-pocket moments I have ever seen in an SML video. I was looking through the comments for this, and I'm just shocked how no one is talking about the blackface part. Are we all just really gonna skim over that? Logan's gotta be careful, or he might end up back on Good Morning America. This video
There's
might
no
have
way
been
this
crazy,
guy's
but
Jesus.
while this video
As
might have been
I
racist
know,
for blackface and a
no,
really strange
the
plot, Bowser
blackface.
Jr.'s YouTube channel is racist for a
That
completely
is
different reason. What starts out as a decently
But they
innocent
actually said
SML
no,
video on face
ninja
value,
is supposed
with
to be.
Junior obviously starting a YouTube channel, quickly takes a turn because Junior just cannot keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, you like saying you, but getting
A really offensive, cool
pissed.
prank. It's gonna get a lot of views, okay? It's gonna get a lot of controversy, okay? Alright, Joseph, record this. Hey, what's up?
But it only keeps getting worse with
You can
Junior's
really
weird
literally
obsession
see
with
said
saying the N-word.
ninja.
Hey, I'm starting to see a pattern with Junior liking that word.
That actually made me laugh. This season made me laugh.
I'm gonna name him like Fart Face or something, and I'm gonna make him a
So maybe
But if this isn't bad enough, Junior somehow says it once again.
Chef BB's big fat nose,
Get
and like he doesn't know how to cook.
I do know how to cook, okay? Wait, what happened to your eyes?
Oh, I got those from saying
He said it again.
Okay, where did you even
song and I thought it sounded cool, so I just wanted to say it.
This is both fucked up and hilarious at the same time. He did it again! Oh my god, a third time! This is a certified film classic. I like how Tyrone came out of the closet. Junior was going crazy in that video, but it's not even close to how racist and downright awful the video Cody's bad word is. This video starts with the three boys playing a game of Jenga on the couch, when all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose, erupting into one of SML's most racist videos.
Where are you pushing it? Just pull it inward.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen this
Pull
one.
it inward.
I said it again! You're calling Jonah the N-word!
No, I mean like bring it
No way,
inward.
just
And yeah, I'm sure you can see where this video is going. Cody tries to explain himself by pulling out a dictionary to show he wasn't saying the N-word, but I'm sure you can guess how they react to this.
Inward or inwards?
Oh, multiple niggas? So insulting me isn't good enough. You gotta insult the whole race? Wow,
Wait.
Cody.
This is
Oh,
already
wait.
awful, but somehow it
Nix. I
continues
said
to
nix.
get worse. Joseph tries to get back at Cody by calling him terms like cracker and whitey, which is
Whitey.
literally just reverse
Holy
racism,
sugar.
but eventually, after bullying Cody on the couch, they go downstairs and there's KFC, because of course there is. Joseph
KFC.
continues to try to get a reaction out of Cody while they're eating KFC, trying to make him say more, quote, racist stuff so they can
yeah.
keep gaslighting him and making fun of him even
So now
more.
we're gonna get
like,
quick
come
KFC
on, bro,
Kool-Aid
just let
there
it
and
go.
make it like
It's not
Yoshi.
that deep.
Have them
Literally,
stuff, yeah.
he just said the word in-word.
Junior, can you pass me the gravy?
Oh, dude, I'm surprised she actually wants it. You know it's brown, right?
Yes, that's fine.
Cody, I'm not gonna pass it to you because you're racist.
So they finish eating KFC and go back up to the red couch, where I kid you not, they literally scold Cody for 3 minutes
This
for
got
coloring the
some-
Little
this
Mermaid
makes
white
me
instead
laugh.
of brown. This video is actually so dumb. They keep doing some tests to prove he's not racist, but obviously they keep gaslighting him for being racist.
I
and
know
the
this
Cody
video is
torture
dumb,
just goes
yeah.
on and on.
I
You
know
know,
that
I'm starting to see a trend with a lot of these
that
bad Cody
video is dumb, yeah,
videos.
but
It's
it's
either
funny.
bad because of the weird over-the-top
Holy
gross-out humor with Timmy, or it's just an entire video of Cody torture like this one is. Junior and Joseph keep calling Cody racist on the couch, when Judith and Tyrone come to the door to pick up Cody. But of
Racist.
course,
How is
Junior
Cody
could
racist
not
when
keep
he
his
has a
mouth
black?
shut, and he had to tell Cody's parents that he's being a racist.
Junior,
When he
please
has
don't
a
tell them what
black
I said.
belt.
They're not gonna understand just like you
When he
didn't
has a black
understand, and they're gonna
belt.
be even more mad.
Cody, I think they need to know you're racist.
Junior, no!
Guys, today Cody said the N-word 30 times.
Cody's parents make Cody apologize for not even saying the N-word, but this video doesn't even compare to how
Oh,
bad this next
he's
one
not
is.
racist.
Jeffy the rapper.
Oh,
In
yeah,
this
Jeffy
video,
said,
Jeffy
"What's up,
realizes he
man?"
has really good musical talent and decides to become a rapper. But what makes this video so racist? Well, I'll
Yeah,
just let the
Jeffy
video
said,
speak for
"What's up, man?"
itself.
I don't know where Jeffy's at.
What's up,
Mm.
nigga?
Yep.
Jeffy!
What's up, Daddy? I'm a gangster now.
A white voice actor, like Lance, actually saying the
The
N-word
Virgo
like he did in
gave
this video
Lance the
today
pass,
would have been
the
heavily
Empire.
frowned upon. And let's be real, SML probably would have been canceled. But there's actually a good reason SML got away with this kind of humor at the time. This video was filmed back on March 13th of 2017.
Yeah, back then,
And in this
couldn't.
period of time, being edgy
Yeah,
on
do you
YouTube
see the
was the
dragon?
norm, and it seemed like the crazier and more racist you were in your
Yeah,
videos, the
he's
more
no
fans
more.
resonated with them, leading to more views. Jeffy's introduction at the beginning of 2016 was very controversial, and it only got worse as Jeffy's personality shifted, going from a very mentally handicapped child
Hey, you wanna see my pencil?
to a straight-up annoyance who always screamed as much as he could to get his way.
Are you f***ing high, Daddy? You never said that to me!
And later on in 2017, right before they started getting
They
demonetized,
got
Jeffy
age
started using a
restricted,
lot of
demonetized.
racist jokes in the videos. But if you thought this video was controversial already, you've literally seen nothing. We're just getting started. Jeffy becomes a rapper under the management of Tyrone and starts becoming really successful as a rapper. But then Jeffy discovers that if he commits crimes and goes to jail, it will boost his street cred, making him even more popular when he gets out, which Mario was not happy to hear.
I mean, it's nice having money, but my son's in jail right now.
Look, it's all a part of the plan, Daddy. It's all a part of the plan. He's only gonna go to jail for a couple of months, get out, drop a new song, get rich again, and then go back to jail.
Go back to jail?
Yeah, man, it's all a rinse method. You feel me? You know, wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat.
And that's exactly what happens. For the rest of this video, Jeffy just keeps going back to jail, dropping new songs, and doing different things to boost his street cred. It all comes falling apart though when Jeffy's biggest op, Toad, shoots Jeffy and puts an end to his rap career. Even the comments agree that this is one of the most controversial and racist videos that SML has ever made. Twitter would go ballistic if this came out today. How has this not been demonetized? 2017 was the last good year before people started turning into sensitive snowflakes. Miss those days. But Bowser Jr. Learns Spanish is racist for a completely different reason. The video starts with a seemingly innocent concept, Junior learning a new language. But as we're about to see, this video quickly takes a very weird turn.
That is so
Jackie Chu
stupid.
introducing the class to
Look,
Spanish,
this is
or
not
at
even
least his
correct.
version of Spanish. His
It's
method is
hola.
hilariously oversimplified, adding L to the beginning and O to the end of every English word. So according to Jackie Chu, school becomes El Schoolio, and dog becomes El Doggo. And this is about to set up a video full of stereotyping and racism. Cody doesn't really buy that this is how Spanish actually works, but Junior and all of his classmates, being idiots, eat this up and actually believe that they now have the ability to speak fluent Spanish.
No, you
What
can't.
a long and exhausting day of school today, Cody.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like we didn't learn anything at all.
But yes, we did, Cody. We learned Spanish.
No, we didn't, Junior. Nothing that he taught us was actually Spanish.
So Junior, trying to prove Cody wrong, decides to hit up a Mexican restaurant to test their skills. And here is where things get ridiculous. Somehow, their gibberish actually works, and the restaurant staff somehow understands them.
Here you go, senor. Hot plate. Oh, that's a good point, Cody. I'm gonna ask him. L, excuse me, O. El cuánto? L, how, O, did you, O, touch the hot plate, O, without it burning your hand, O?
Oh! Bingo, what's his name?
Did you get your answer, Junior? Did you?
Well, I think he's just really busy.
Yeah.
I am from Spain, but I speak English very well, and I
Oh,
died of
how?
laughter
How
watching
are
this
people
video.
from
As a
Spain
Mexican,
not
Jackie
offended?
Chu is a very Spanish professor. This video is just crazy. And while it's not really racist in the traditional sense, I can still see how some people would get offended by this.
This
But
is
in my
not
opinion,
Spanish.
this is nothing
This is
compared
not
to some of the
Spanish.
other SML videos
This
we're
is
gonna go
not
over in this
Spanish.
video. Because now we're on to the top 3. And if you thought some of these were already insane, you clearly haven't watched Joseph Gets Adopted, which seems like a nice and innocent SML video. As implied by the title, Joseph is gonna finally have a loving and caring family. But
Yeah,
the truth
finally.
cannot be further from this. And this video instantly starts with a bang.
All right, class. Today we're going to be reading Huckleberry Finn. So I hope you got your permission slip signed because we're going to be saying the N-word 219 times.
Holy
Everyone brings in their
fuck.
permission slips with the signatures from their parents allowing them to say it. Besides Joseph, who already is black, so he can just say it anyways. But after Jackie Chu finds out that Joseph doesn't have his parents, he calls in Child Protective Services, who are gonna send him to a foster home in Utah. But Joseph doesn't want to go to Utah. So then Brooklyn Guy gives him the ultimatum that if he finds someone to adopt him by the end of the day, he doesn't have to go to a foster home. So Junior, being a good friend, goes out and tries to find a family to adopt Joseph. He first asks Chef Pee-Pee, but in this moment he's conveniently ranting about how he would never want to have a kid. So that doesn't work. Then Junior asks Cody's parents, but Tyrone doesn't want to adopt Joseph because racism.
Black people are not property. Slavery is over with. You know that.
No, not buy, adopt.
Oh, because
How you
he's...
worded. We are not buying people. We are not doing that slave thing. Slavery is over with.
But no, I just thought that maybe he could be like my brother.
Oh, you thought he was your brother. A slave brother that'll cook and clean and do all that picking the cotton and all that stuff? Huh? No, he's not gonna be that because we're not buying slaves.
Cody, you're grounded for being racism. But Mom, I wasn't even...
How is not being real?
Sorry, little black boy. I didn't know I was raising a racism in my house.
So this leaves them with their last
I
option,
was saying, I'm sorry,
the
little
Hucker
black.
News.
What?
And they seem weirdly down to adopt Joseph, but it turns out this was all for the wrong reason. In reality, it turns out the reason they wanted to adopt Joseph was because he's black, and they think that he could be good at sports and make them a lot of money.
Holy
so they
biscuit, this
adopt
is
him.
one
So they
pound
go to the
weight.
football field to see how
And
fast
what they
he can
trying to
run,
call it?
but
Michael
Bro is
Jordan or
not fast
something?
at all. So next, he tries his basketball skills,
What
and
the
he gets
biscuit?
completely destroyed. So then the Hucker News unadopt him, and Joseph goes back to being
Oh,
homeless.
because you want
But
him
at
to
least
be
he
like
didn't have to
Michael
go to
Jordan.
Utah because
You
the
are
cops
so
didn't see him rip
racist,
up
you
the
hunk of
papers.
dude.
So
What
it
are
wasn't
you
legally
doing?
binding. The concept of this
I'm
video
mad
was
at this video.
absolutely diabolical,
That is
being
so
one of the most
racist.
racist SML videos ever made. But Cody's Hanukkah really starts to ramp up. If you thought this was bad, oh no, you
You all know
literally
where
see
it's from.
nothing. We're only 2 minutes into the video, and
You
the
all know
stuff we
where
find
this
in
is
Cody's
from.
house later gets a lot worse. Anyways, after Junior whacks the cheeseburger, Cody is being sus with Ken in
Yeah, I
his
know.
room when Tyrone stops him and tells him that Junior is there. After that disturbing scene, SML decides to make another offensive joke yet again with the money cake, implying the stereotype that Jewish people are rich and love coins and pennies, which is pretty racist. But it only gets worse when Tyrone comes in the room with a menorah, which is a candle that Jewish people use to celebrate Hanukkah. But for some reason, he calls it the manure instead of its real name. Once Cody finally gets into the kitchen with Junior, he explains to him that none of what his parents say really actually is Hanukkah. And then he starts correcting the names of items they have. For example, Judoff is actually Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it's not the manure, it's the menorah. After this, Cody goes to get Ken, then Judith comes back with bacon. Yeah, if you don't know, Jewish people don't eat pork. So basically, Judith and Tyrone are just doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
This video is already super weird. However, things are about to get even weirder. Tyrone begins lighting the manure and starts setting up their grand Hanukkah celebration. After everything's set up, Junior, confused, asks Tyrone if there's 9 candles on the manure, then why does he only get 12 presents? But then Tyrone starts speaking Japanese and making up something that's obviously a lie. But here's where things get more interesting though. Once Junior asks for his 12 presents, Judith and Tyrone take him back to the cheeseburger and explain that he needs to beat open the cheeseburger in order to get his 12 presents.
Kill that
Okay.
good hit, little.
Good job.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't
Actually,
you
broke them open.
Empty out that cheeseburger and see what your presents are.
Oh, all my presents are in here?
Yeah, empty it out.
Okay.
It's just
Flip it over. Yeah, oh, there you go.
Golf ball.
What? It was full of golf balls.
You can never trust the cheeseburger.
Once Junior realizes that he's been gypped, he obviously gets sad and wants to leave. And yeah, who wouldn't in this situation? You're telling me if I went all the way to my friend's house and put up with all their weird Jewish stuff that their parents had in their house just to get golf balls when I was promised presents? Yeah, I would leave too. In fact, I would be crashing out. But then we get one of the funniest scenes in SML history, the Shabbat fight. Basically, this is where there are 2 robots. The red representing the Nazis, and the blue one representing the Jews. The Jewish one has won 5 years in a row, because they take the batteries out of the red one. However, the funniest and most unexpected thing happens.
Come on, you. I got it.
You can do it.